Oh. 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 Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. An important phrase in Bhagavad Gita is prayana kale. Kale means at that time, in that moment. Prayana means to depart, to leave. The philosophy of this term is in the moment of dying, which eventually leads to death. We began Meaningful Mornings on the first day of spring in 2020. And recently I shared that in the first day of summer, we're beginning with a newness, chapter 8, Shri Rudram, and so on. What is significant about the first day of summer also is that the days become shorter then. Yes, all the way to the first day of winter, our days are becoming shorter. Fine. But reflecting upon this more, our opportunities are becoming lesser. Day by day, the opportunity to not be reborn is becoming lesser. So prayana kale is not just a term, this is happening. When I play football, soccer, and our team is losing, which is usually the case if I'm on that team, to try to help us to win, near the end of the game, we'll pull our goalie to come and play in a much more aggressive way because we need to score. Now reflect on this in terms of our lives. The risk of being born again is becoming higher. So what do we have to do? We have to be more risky, which means more committed, to surrender more to the effort of not being born again. To be born into what? Conflict is growing. So if you're finding prayana kale to be relevant to you, which it is, work harder, work smarter. In one analysis, Bhagavad Gita's message, remember these words, sadhya mukti. Mukti means freedom. Sadhya means immediate. What is the guidance of Bhagavad Gita? Immediate freedom, not relating to time. This means that one's identification is no longer with the ego, but rather with Nirguna Brahma. Brahma means infinity. Nirguna unconditional infinity. And shared in a more relatable way, only awareness. The guidance of Bhagavad Gita is into who you are. What is all of this? And the answer is only awareness. Chapter 8. The messaging, the guidance is not on Sadhya Muktihi, it is Krama Mukti. Mukti still means freedom. Krama means sequential. Krama means stage by stage. In other words, it is time-based. That one evolves from here to here to here to here. You'll see this clearly in this chapter. It is unique, this messaging. Krama Mukti relates not to Nirguna Brahma, rather to Saguna Brahma, which means infinity that is conditioned. There are coverings on this infinity. Coverings like our lifestyle, coverings like creation. In chapter 8, the final teaching is still of Mukti, but it is a message where Prayana Kale is not felt. It is intellectualized, it is not internalized. This chapter begins with Prince Arjuna asking 5 questions. He's inquiring into what Sri Krishna is teaching because he doesn't want to intellectualize this. He wants to internalize this. Those questions are, what is Brahma? What is Atma? What is Karma? What is Bhuta? What is Deva? 2 more questions are coming very shortly. For these first 5 terms, I strongly feel you already know the answer. Is that an accurate statement? You know how to define Brahma. You know how to define Karma. Then why? And if we do, then definitely Prince Arjuna does. Then why are these questions coming? Why is Sri Krishna going to share answers towards all of this? Sometimes seekers, us, we need support from our guide. We need the affirmation from our guide to help us be more confident in this journey. Prince Arjuna knows the answers, but this is him looking not for an objective offering, but that subjective offering of, please affirm what I know. Please help me be more confident. And that's what Sri Krishna does. Verse 2. Adi yajna katam kotra dehesmin madhusudana prayana kale chakatam neyosi niyatatma bihi. Number 6, what is yajna? Adhi yajna, that which relates to dedication. Katam, kotra. What is this? Who is this? This term was shared by Sri Krishna in chapter 7, verse 30. Dehesmin Madhusudana. Prince Arjuna calls Sri Krishna Madhusudana, the one who has no coverings. And Prince Arjuna knows, and I'm going to prove it to you, he knows about this already because he shares this adiyajnaha that lives in the body. Dehesmin means in the body. Doesn't that mean that he has knowledge already about adiyajna? That he specifies where this is, yet he's still asking, where is this? So there's so much love that's being shared in this dialogue. And question 7, the most significant question of this chapter. Katam, how? Kale, tell me in the chat what kale means again. In that time, in that moment. Prayana, in that moment of leaving. One is dying, is about to die. How, neosmi, how can one know you? How can one, more practically, remember you? Chapter 7 was about jignasa, wanting to know Sri Krishna. And the best amongst those who are devoted, anyani, the one who does know Sri Krishna. Now, Prince Arjuna, who perhaps is lacking confidence right now, what if in the moment of death, I'm not knowing you? Then help me to build up to that. What do I have to do to remember you? Niyatatmabihi, here again, I'm showing you that Prince Arjuna already knows, just like you already know, because he describes the one who will remember you is one who is disciplined. This is not going to be a casual matter. Am I being clear or am I confusing all of you? Okay. See, sometimes I need your affirmation. I need the confidence to carry on with meaningful mornings. Let me share the implication of this. Tomorrow, Sri Krishna will begin answering. One's final vritti will determine one's future gati. The final thought you have before this deha dies will determine, will direct your future gati, which means your future body, your future opportunity. Clear? That's why this last thought is most important. Now, all of us, we're all about hacks. My whole life, I'm going to forget Sri Krishna, but when I know I'm dying, I'm going to put his photographs everywhere. I'm going to change everyone's name to Krishna and play Vishnu Sahasranama, and I will remember. Try. Your Krama Mukti is going to take a long time. One's vritti is determined, is directed by one's achara. It is your lifestyle yesterday, your lifestyle today that is going to determine your final vritti and your future gati. That's why the word niyatatmabihi is so important. Only those who are disciplined in their lifestyle, they will be developing thoughts of Sri Krishna. And so if they're not enlightened in this lifetime, in their next lifetime, now we come back to chapter 6, they will be born into homes and families that are conducive to dhyana or contemplation. Our lifestyle determines today, determines tomorrow. Reflecting on this more, our community and what we do through meaningful mornings, this impact is immeasurable. How is one's lifestyle directed? By what you do every day. You don't bathe once a week, you don't eat once a week, you don't exercise once a week. What you do every day is your lifestyle. And that's what Meaningful Mornings is doing. It really is redesigning your prayana kale, which you will remember not just at the time of death, but in the moment of high tension. If you want a preview of what you will think of right before you die, when there's intense stress in your day, what you think of will be equatable to what you will think of when the body dies. Sharing this in one more way to emphasize prayana kale. Please do not postpone. Every day, I share with you applications. What are those applications for? They all relate to your lifestyle. Correct? For one's lifestyle to become more reflective. All for prayana kale. From inspiration to application. Your recent application was to bring in more vegetarianism and veganism into your life. Those who are applying themselves in this direction, please share how you're doing this on our website, because there's many who may not know, what am I supposed to do? So they're looking for your guidance to be confident that they can do. That's why I shared with you that Sheila and I are trying to be vegan Monday to Friday. That's why we look forward to weekends, so we can eat nachos and cheese, yes? I share this not to talk about myself, but maybe that will help orient you. Another application was your food waste audit. How many of you tried this? Sometimes when I go to Bharat or India, especially when I was younger and I was skinny, now all of that has changed. Then my family would say, "What? Your mother doesn't feed you. Are you sick?" Because this idea of being heavier means I'm healthier. And so there should never be a shortage of food on your plate or in your home. That's a backwards way of thinking. I read a lovely sign that said, "Rarely do we regret undereating." We always regret overeating. Rarely do we regret undereating. How I'm practicing my food waste audit is I don't serve myself anymore. I eat the scraps of my kids. So it's like a shared bowl. Shuka gets to eat first, then Vyasa, then me. So now I don't even serve myself. But in that, there's no scraps then. Your application for this morning, 7 questions were asked. I want you to answer all 7 of these questions in one English word. In English, in one word. Share these on our website. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.